And we are now live on YouTube. Here we go.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Gabe Vega here at Commtech USA. We're just doing a couple little loose end string ties up here. We're just live here on YouTube. You could also watch on YouTube if you would like. I'll go ahead and post that. And all of the content here, both on video and audio, are going to be archived, recorded. They're going to be placed on our YouTube channel and into our audio podcast feed for your later consumption if you're unable to participate into this event for the next 2 hours. So we're going to get started here in a couple seconds.
Hang on a second. Yes? I'm kind of busy. Yes. Sorry.
Thank you. Anyone hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Great.
This is Gabe Vega again, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask all the Commtech USA staff to voluntarily mute at this time.
Okay.
Audio settings, stop off mute encouraged.
Very good. So my name is Gabe Vega, and welcome to the Commtech USA Open House. Today, we would like to introduce you to our company, our staff, and the services that we have to offer here at Commtech USA. Who is Commtech USA? Commtech USA has been a government vendor both on the state and federal level, as well as a business-to-business and direct-to-consumer assistive technology and information technology company. Since November of 2005. Since November 2005, we started off doing state and federal work for 3 years till 2008. And in 2008, we found ourselves in a position having to evolve in order to stay in business once the budget issues of 2008, both on a state and federal level, came to pass. And we had to continue seeking out a way to maintain our financial levels and customer base in order to continue operating as a company. How did we do that? In 2008, we started providing direct-to-consumer vocational rehabilitation standard assistive technology training and support. What is that? Let me tell you. In 2008 and up till now, the only way that you could get high quality, high standard assistive technology training, whether it's with JAWS, NVDA, VoiceOver on the Mac, iPhone, or iPad, TalkBack with Android, you used to have strictly a VR case. And not everybody's up to that for several different reasons. Either you have a job and you make too much money, or you're not necessarily employable and you don't qualify for a VR case. So what are you supposed to do? You come to a company like Commtech. How do we fulfill that need? We provide direct consumer services such as JAWS training, screen reader training, independence training, computer, iPad, tablet, phone, and any other technology training that you may have. We were IRA before there was IRA. We were Be My Eyes before there was Be My Eyes. As a matter of fact, both of those companies got what we used to call Commtech Remote Vision all the way back in 2008 and 2009 is what we sold it under. And that's how it has evolved into today. Commtech USA was one of the first companies to offer consumer-based pricing for technology training and support services. One of the first to provide subscription, low payment, cost affordable services, and one of the first to provide yearly based subscription services and monthly based subscription services for assistive technology training and support. We were also one of the first vendors to provide straight out of the box computers with Windows and JAWS, again, way before Texas Computers for the Blind. We were doing this all the way back in 2008. We also customized and designed talking Linux computers, and we also sold cell phones with talks, mobile speak, voiceover, and talkback already installed, talking out of the box, starting in 2009. How have we evolved and kept up to date and on the bleeding edge of services today? Let me tell you how we do that for you. We provide 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, including holidays, technical support and training for your assistive technology needs. Whether you're blind, whether you're hard of hearing, whether you have any sort of disability, physical, cognitive, whatever the case may be, we have you covered. We have an entire staff of assistive technology trainers from California to the East Coast, from Seattle down to Florida, and in all points in between. Our staff covers you literally 24 hours a day, and that's no exaggeration. From 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. every single day, there's somebody staffing these phone lines. And from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., there's always somebody on call for your needs. Whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's Christmas, whether it's St. Patrick's Day, or whether it's Easter, somebody here at Commtech is here on our lines to always answer your call. If you want to purchase services, if you need assistance with anything and you can't do it on your own because maybe you don't have the skill set, you don't have the patience, and you want our staff to do it for you, all you got to do is pick up the phone. We have staff waiting, again, across the country to help you fill out a form, help you make a payment, help you do whatever needs to be done. And if it can't be done remotely over the phone, we will remotely log into your computer system and get it done for you on your end. We utilize industry standard remote technology such as TeamViewer, JAWS Tandem, NVDA Remote, and more. What does Commtech services cost? What does it mean to go direct to consumer? I'll tell you what that means, and I'll tell you how much it costs. So normally, our prices range from $59.99 to $99.99 monthly on a normal basis. And for yearly, it's $4.99 to $9.99 every year. And this is for unlimited tech support and training. Well, because it's the holidays and we believe in giving back to the community, right now we have months in any quantity, whether it's 1, 6, 12, or 19. You could get 30 days in any quantity of service for $39.99 right now, as long as the sale's going. And you could get years of service in any quantity for $399.99. This is what we mean by direct-to-consumer pricing. This is not a sales pitch. I'm not pitching to you guys. I'm letting you know how we have brought assistive technology training direct to consumers to where they could afford it. So for $40 a month, you can absolutely pick up the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and know that you have an assistive technology trainer, you have an assistive technology support system, you have an IT department, all rolled into one just for you. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for any reason, including Saturday and Sunday. We don't take days off. And the reason why we provide this is because we are the Geek Squad, the Best Buy for the blind. We are the Genius Bar, the Apple Genius Bar for the blind. We are here and we provide this service to fulfill that need. You know, there's sighted people at any point could call and walk into a Best Buy any day, anytime, an Apple store any day, anytime, and get whatever support they need. Why can't the blind? And the answer is, well, now you can. We also are one of the first technology companies to bring you to the bleeding edge, modern technology with the apps that we have. Commtech USA has just released within the past 2 weeks an app for Android, for your Google phones, your Android phones, your LGs, your Verizon Android phones, your Motorola's, and we also have an iPhone app, an iPad app, and if you have a Macintosh computer, we also have a Mac app. And in all these apps, not only can you keep up and keep track of the latest news that we have to offer, the latest reviews we have to offer on technology, software, hardware, and blindness commentary in general. We also have an audio tab that lets you sample and listen to trainings that we offer for free to the community, demonstrations of apps both on Android and on iPhone, biographies on our staff and our trainers, and so much more. If you're sighted and you want to view videos of the same content, we got you covered. If you click our video tab, that pulls down all the videos from our YouTube channel, and you can watch Contech staff on video doing what we do in our office and across the country in our designated training areas. If you want to purchase services without going to the website, you could now do that in our new products tab in our app for both Android and iOS. There's a products tab right next to the news tab. And if you click that, you could buy per incident, which is right now on sale for $15, normally $20. You could buy the month, which again, on sale right now for $39, which is normally $59, between $59.99 and a year for $399, which is normally $499 and $999 per year. And there's a quantity button where it says how many of these do you want to buy, and right now it says 1, but you could literally put it on any number. So if you think you want to buy 6 months, you want to buy 3 months, you want to buy 5 years, whatever the case may be, at this sale, these sales will not be this low again. This is strictly a Christmas thing, a holiday thing. Take advantage of wherever you can, and it's there for you to take advantage of. We have this both on iOS for your iPhone, for your iPad, for your Macintosh computer, for your Android phone, and we even have it for your Apple Watch. This is why Commtech is the new training standard for what we are out to deliver and bring to the blind consumers today. Yes, at one point, training was just some guy would record an MP3 and show you a little bit of key presses, and you'd pay 14, 15, 20, 30 bucks, and you'd just get this MP3, and that's all you got. And you couldn't call, you couldn't email nobody. You just had to just take it as it is. But no, Commtech gives you value. So in your app, as long as you maintain a membership, if you pay per incident, if you pay for the month, you pay for the year, you could press our support button up in the top right-hand corner in any app of ours, and it says contact Commtech support. And you could call us from the app. You could text us from the app. We have a national toll-free number that you could text and receive tech support and information on to our support staff. You could email us directly from the app, or you could go to our Commtech Support Center, which is online, and visit and read through our frequently asked questions, our tutorials that we have available on CommtechUSA.net. With all that being said, we are here to provide a more modern availability of training for the blind. It is very important to us that you understand that, yes, are there other companies out there in New York, in Atlanta, in Florida, in Utah, in Seattle, and Texas that provide some of the things that we do? Possibly. But who else is going to provide you with a 21st century modern everyday app like your sighted colleagues have? When they need help, when they need assistance, they pull out their phone, they bring up an app, they press a button, and all their problems get resolved. That is what you have here with Commtech. And if you become a Commtech subscriber, if you let Commtech resolve and be the answer to all your technology needs for assistive technology, for mainstream technology, whatever the case may be, whether it's a Victor Stream or whether it's JAWS if you're having employment issues, whether it's your iPhone if you're having medical issues like you need to maintain your doctor's appointments, maybe you want to learn how to play the latest blindfold games, whatever the case may be, Commtech covers all of it. Our clientele ranges from youth all the way to 96 years old. 96 years old, all the way down to youth and high school, preparing blind students for college. We support college students through their university studies. We support individuals who work for the state and federal governments in their employment. We support homemakers and senior citizens that may need help with just learning how to use Word, or learning how to get back into the workforce, or learning how to run their own little small business, whatever the case may be. My older clients in their 80s and 90s, they want to read their Bible. They want to do Bible study. They want to edit their newsletter for their choir team and for their church. They want to participate in everyday life using their technology. So that's why they participate and they subscribe to Commtech services. And whether you're in high school or whether you're beyond high school in your senior years, we are here to support you all across the board equally with every member of our staff here at your service. Again, my name is Gabe Vega. I've been CEO of this company since 2005. We just passed our 15th year, going on 16 years on November 5th of this year. We're 16 years strong. Can we plan on being here for 16 more years? We are one of the most longest serving, stable, independent assistive technology national corporations that have been around. There has been no other assistive technology company that has been here as long as we have, that has serviced the blind community as long as we have, and we want to continue doing it for another 15, 16 years. And with the staff that we have, with the cohesive team that we have across the country, we have an all diverse team that you can't find anywhere else. Our entire assistive technology training team is all female, is all blind. Our pro audio out of Houston is an actual professional audio production producer out of Houston, Texas. We have a music instructor out of Portland, Oregon. Our assistive technology training team is majority based out of the Midwest United States. And we have course creators all over the country, including Texas. We have a great iOS course creator out in Southern Texas. And we have our new Android course creator and web administrator course creator out of Chicago, Illinois. So you have to understand that our team, our cohesive team that we have to offer, our services that we have to offer are definitely solid, and we have the staff, and we have the willingness, and we have the ability, along with the equipment, whether you're working on Braille notes, whether you're working on Polarises, whether you're working on Humanware, HIMS, Freedom Scientific hardware, our entire staff has equipment in real time. We're not reading from manuals. We're not reading from books. We're not Googling stuff on the internet. If you say, hey, Commtech, we need help with a Focus 14 Blue, one of my staff members has a Focus 14 Blue. One of my staff members has a HIMS product, a Humanware product. Here in the Commtech headquarters out in California, we have iPads, we have Orbit readers, we have Humanware Brilliant Braille displays, we have Freedom Scientific Braille displays, we have every piece of technology, and that's just here at headquarters. But across the country, every single one of my staff has Braille Note Touch Pluses, has Humanware Braille displays. So it's not that we're just Googling and reading from a script. We handle and we use personally the equipment that people rely on us to train them and to support them on, and we do it very well. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple minutes to go ahead and take some questions. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can actually unmute everybody, since there's not a lot of participants here, and we'll go ahead and take some questions before we move on to our next our next speaker. Okay, there we go. I just sent out a message for everybody to unmute. Go ahead and do so. And if you have a question, yes, we can. Go ahead and speak your name if you have a question.
This is Margot.
Yes, Margot.
Hi, Gabe. Can you give a subscription to someone as a gift?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can. If that's something you're interested in after the conference or even prior to the conference, give me a call at 703, extension 703, and we can definitely arrange that.
Okay. It may be a little bit later, but sometime this weekend when's a good time to call you? What, Monday through Friday?
7 days a week from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m., literally.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Next. If you have a question, please state your name. Okay. Let's see. There's a couple people that are still muted. If you have any questions, Linda, Lewis, Mark, Victor, go ahead and just unmute if you have a question.
Hi, Gabe. It's Victor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hi. I have a question about your Android training. How comparable is that to the Apple, iPhone training? And in general, I mean, is it pretty much up to par with the iPhone accessibility side of things for people that are interested in learning more? Because I know that you said it's been, you've had courses for many years, or at least people with experience for many years, and so I'd like to know.
So these days, Victor, Android is definitely neck and neck with iPhone. There are some differences, and there's different ways of doing things. But yes, I personally carry a Google Pixel phone along with my iPhone. I carry both of them, and I can literally jump between the two throughout the day about 6 or 7 times a day. For example, even when my iPhone dies, I could literally just transition over to my Google Pixel phone and use it and do everything on it like I would do on my iPhone. So yes, the Android training we offer, the course right now is on pre-order, pre-sale. I believe it's for like $50. It's definitely going to cover everything. It's going to cover your home screen, your contacts, your calendar, your email, your phone calls, things like that. As well as if you want to if you have an Android phone and you want that one-on-one training, that's what the subscription would be for. But if you're like a self taught person, the courses is what you would probably be interested in.
So let's say we sign up for the yearly membership, tech support 24 hours, 7 days a week. Would someone get training on Android, with that program? Or,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The 24 hours a day training covers all subject matters of assistive technology. So if today you call up and say, hey, Gabe, I want to learn Android, we're going to get you with an Android trainer to teach you Android. If tomorrow you say, hey, Gabe, I want to learn iPhone, tomorrow we're going to get you with an iPhone trainer. So we have trainers that are either cross-training, meaning they know Android and Windows, or they know iOS and Mac, or they know Android and iPhone. Your assistive technology needs and whatever training you feel that you need will be met no matter which subscription plan you subscribe to.
Okay, great. So if one would like to learn that, they if they get the whole the year package, then of course they don't have to get the separate one, for Android alone, right? And they can schedule for maybe an hour, and then that could get them started. And then if they're a self-learner, they can do that, right?
Well, those two services are in fact different. So subscribing to a year, for example, is in fact different from purchasing a course. So a course is different. When you purchase a course, you own the course. You could log in and you could take it, at your leisure. And then if you want, you could supplement that training with your year or with your month of training.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Gabe. Appreciate your answers and everything.
Yes, sir. Is there any other questions? Mark, Linda, Lewis?
Hey, Gabe, a real quick question. The
Yes.
music courses that you offer, this is Victor still, I'm sorry. Now, would that be if somebody's new to music, for the blind, both the Braille code and things like how to create podcasts, and using different softwares, sound editing, you have courses specifically geared to that at all?
We have 2 courses for that. So we have a Braille music course out of Portland by the name of Ulysses Garcia. She has a course, and then we have our audio producer out of Houston, Texas, who does more of the sound editing and things of that nature. But it's more pro audio, like on the Mac side of things.
I see.
In regards to learning how to do some basic sound editing, like Audacity or things of that nature, yes, we have trainers that could also assist you with that as well. Our Android guy out of Chicago, Jack, does training in regards to that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Mark, Linda, and Lewis? All right, so I'm gonna just touch on this thing for a couple minutes because I simply forgot to discuss it. So I'm gonna go ahead and place everybody back on mute. Let's see. and we're going to discuss these courses really quick. So let me mute all. Okay. So in regards to courses, so Commtech just came out with another first in 2020. And what this first is Commtech has came out with an online learning management system. And with this online learning management system, as I said before, learning how to do something blindness technology wise used to be you would give somebody 10, 20, 30 bucks via PayPal, and they'd make you a little MP3, and that's all it was. Let me show you how I do this with JAWS or whatever the case may be. And well, I think we grew up past that. I think blind community needs more professionalism and needs more structure and needs more learning enforcement beyond that. And that's why Commtech has came out with one of the first college style, university style training systems online. And we call that Accessivision. ACCESSI Vision. And what Accessivision is it's not just technology. Accessivision is learning to do anything from a blindness perspective. We have courses on canning food. We have courses on blind parent art projects. We have courses on Braille music. We have courses on the iPhone. We have courses on Braille displays, on the Apple Watch, on using Era. We have courses on professional audio production. We have courses on learning Microsoft Word and Excel. We have 21 courses that range from free all the way up to $100. And with these courses, it's not just an MP3 file. This is something that you log into. This is something that you own. This is something that you listen to or you read. It could be audio. It could be video. It could be text. And when you're done going through these modules, because it's not just one file, it's not just one recording. We have different modules. For example, our Word and Excel course is about 5 modules long. It sells for $69.99. Very professionally done from a blind college professor. And he teaches you how to use Word and Excel from that standpoint, from what a college professor would expect. And not only do you get 5 modules of training, but you get 5 learning reinforcement exams that not only you learn from the modules, but you retain the information and you practice what you've learned, and you do what's called learning reinforcement by taking the exams. And you're not graded on the exams. That's not what they're there for. They're there to make sure that you retain and you remember the information, so you're not just simply listening to an MP3 file, jumping through hoops. We actually teach you and we train you, and we are very much here to make sure that you come here and you get the value that you pay for. And if we offer to train you something, you're going to learn it, you're going to retain it, and you're going to use it from here on out successfully. And like I said, we have 21 courses, from the Canopy Reader app on the iPhone to the Era app on the iPhone to the Apple Watch on the iPhone, the Voice Dream Reader app on the iPhone. We're coming out with an Android training course, a Mac training course, a Google Chromebook for college students and people who use employment has them using Chromebook training courses. We have a Windows 10 training course if you're still on Windows 7 and Windows XP and you want to get with the modern day operating system, Windows 10, we got you covered. It's only $49.99 right now. And again, I'm not sales pitching you. I'm just excitedly letting you know what we have for you to consume. And everything right now during the holiday until December 24th is on sale. And these prices will not. And I know that's a pitch and that's a gimmick people use, but they really will not be at this low of a price. Our Windows 10 course is normally $99, and right now it's $49. Our Word course is normally $99, and right now it's $70. Our audio production, professional audio producing course normally sells for $199.99, and it's on sale right now for $99. And here's the deal, guys. Even if you don't have a Mac right now, even if you don't think you'll use the course right now, even if you want to gift the course to somebody right now is the time to buy the courses because they're on sale right now. You can use them later because once you have them, you own them. Once you have them, you own them. They're yours for a lifetime. So buy them during the sale. And if you're not ready to use them, maybe you don't have a Mac, so you can't use the pro audio stuff right now. But if you get a Mac, taxes is coming up. Everybody's going to get the refunds. You're going to get a Mac next year. Okay, fine. Buy the pro audio course now, and when you get your Mac in a couple of months, you'll be ready to go. You'll be ready to go. So we have 21 courses. I think we have like 2 or 3 for free, and we have another 18 for sale, ranging from like $10 to like, I think our highest one on sale right now is like $70. This is college style, university style training. This is high quality, high standard stuff. This is not your uncle or your grandma's blind training from, the 80s. This is 2020, and we offer you and we give you 2020 training, support, and courses. And no other company has offered that to you. And to be honest, no other company will. So if you're looking for a partner, if you're looking for a team, if you're looking for a guide to your assistive technology needs, let Commtech be that team for you. I have a whole cohesive team that's going to come up and present to you right now of very hardworking, very wonderful people that they do this because they have a passion. They do this because they believe in it. None of us here come to work strictly for the money. It truly is because we believe in giving the blind community more than what the blind community has been offered in the past. And in my opinion, the reason why the blind community is stagnant with their technology training and their technology needs is because there has never been a staff like Commtech to take you to the heights and to your full potential that Commtech is prepared to take you in 2020. My name is Gabe Vega. I am the CEO of Commtech USA, and I appreciate your time. I'm going to bring up Daniel Contreras, my pro audio guy from Houston, Texas, to come speak, and I appreciate the time that you take. And I'm going to be around throughout the whole the whole open house. So if you have any questions later, feel free to reach out to me. I'm also available at 1-833-345-8324 extension 703, and my email address is gabe.vega@commtechusa.net. I really appreciate you guys' time. And Daniel Contreras, the floor is going to be yours right when I unmute you. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, Daniel, you should be unmuting right about now.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Gabe, for that great introduction to this wonderful thing we have you have going on. We have going on as a team. Okay, so my name is Daniel Contreras. I am a content course creator here at Contech. I recently joined the team just about, I want to say, a month ago or so. Gabe reached out to me, saw one of my videos on YouTube. He apparently was impressed with the way I presented my material, and he offered me an opportunity to create a course in Logic Pro. Okay, so that is one of the things that I'm here to present to you today, to offer to you today. I am a long-time Logic Pro user. I've been using it since its early days of accessibility in the mid 2010s, around 2015 or so. Very excited when Apple decided to take on that hurdle, right? That challenge of making Logic Pro accessible. So as the updates came out, I was just very excited to see that such a professional quality program, well, Apple's premier audio production digital audio workstation, was being made accessible. So here we are in 2020, and Logic Pro is more accessible than ever before. Many features that us as blind people have access to. Okay, and so what my intent with the course, with Learning Logic Pro, is to provide a solid foundation, a solid overview, a solid, detailed overview of the main components and some of the more specific and more higher level, I guess you could say, components of Logic Pro. So the course itself is under the Access Vision, as Gabe mentioned. It is on sale right now, as you mentioned, for $99.99, and it does at this very moment. This will change, but it does have 5 modules. Okay, and the modules range from starting a new project, explaining what each kind of track, its purpose, because in for those of you that have used audio workstations before, they have their own lingo, they have their own way of explaining things. They do much of the same things, but some programs have strong suits, and some programs, present their features in different ways. So that's what I cover in the beginning of this course. And then we get into, recording and editing audio and MIDI, adding effects, automating effects, working with Logic's drummer, which is a fantastic feature that Logic has. Definitely one of its strong suits, the Logic drummer, and step sequencer, and even sharing your project once you're finished. Okay, so those are the 5 modules that are currently available. I do have more in the works that we'll be adding. So, I would invite you to take advantage of the current sale, because once I add more courses, they'll be available. Okay, so that is what I've one of the things I've come to offer is the Logic Pro course. Okay, and it's coming from of course, a blind musician, composer, arranger, producer's perspective. Okay, like I said, I've been using Logic for 5 or 6 years, and have become well acquainted with it. And I've already, the course is not even 2 weeks old. Already sold a few copies, and I've gotten several good reports about it. So I just like to say one more thing. My intent with the course is just to provide, again, an overview, not only just an overview, but from a blindness perspective, what are these concepts? How are they presented on the screen? Because if we know how it's presented on the screen, then you have more of an idea of how to navigate the main window, the mixer, the inspector, things like that. So that is my intent with the course. I've used Logic Pro for a variety of purposes, as I've said. I do have compositions that I've composed using Logic. I do produce instrumentals. I recently be getting into royalty-free music, those kinds of libraries, music that you hear on, YouTube videos or even on TV. I've been delving into that as of late. And I even used it to edit audio. So that is a future module that I have in the works, which mainly pertains to editing audio for like podcasts, or to perform precise edits in audio and things like that. So I've used Logic for a variety of purposes, and it's just a very versatile and very good program. And so I just invite you to take advantage of the sale right now for the Logic Pro course. And I just want to thank Gabe for allowing me to present the course and to provide a platform for the course to be exposed to all the wonderful people that want to learn about Logic and would like to learn about music production in general. Okay, so my other service that I've come to offer is that of a music teacher, piano teacher, jazz and music theory teacher. So I guess that would lead me to tell you guys, excuse me, a little bit about myself. So I've been playing piano, keyboard since I was about 5 or 6, playing alongside my dad. He used to have okay, we'll just call it a Mexican band, right? And he taught me what at the time, what I knew about, music and piano and, well, mainly keyboard. As I grew older, I wanted to, learn more things on my own. I did learn a few things from my brother, who studied jazz guitar at University of North Texas. And so that started me on my jazz study, my jazz journey. And finally, when I was finished with high school, I decided to study piano. So that is when my classical piano journey began. It was very interesting. I was a late starter, but it didn't seem to affect my progress at the piano. My teachers were impressed with what I was able to do in such a short time. Okay, so I do have experience in classical and jazz piano. I do have over 4 years of experience in teaching piano and music theory, both for general, music theory and general purposes, general sense of that word, and also in jazz, in the context of jazz music and improvising. So I did study classical piano, as I mentioned, finished my bachelor's in 2016 in piano performance and my master's in 2018 from piano performance here at a university a little bit north of Houston. It's called Sam Houston State University. During my time at Sam, I did also study, well, not so much study, but I had tons of experience with the university jazz band, the top jazz band at the university. I was very much exposed to playing with a big band, learning how to, collaborate with other jazz musicians, learning my role as a piano player, and countless other things that it would be kind of hard to quantify right now. But so I do have experience in jazz music. I have experience also in Latin music. I've produced hip hop, as I said, jazz, and I do have some original classical type compositions that I've composed recently. So so I just like to revisit the Logic Pro course one more time. So who is it for, right? So I have a few concepts in mind as I was making the course, right? First of all, well, it's for the amateur and the professional musician, okay? Because if you are an amateur, you want to get into learning how to, make music on the computer. This course is great because, as I said, it just acclimates you to the Logic Pro layout and its functions, right? Its main functions, with more to come. As well as a professional, because we have, the reality is as blind people, right? We have the same hurdle, right? Which is how do I learn this? How does it work? How do I use it with voiceover, right? So that is my intent, right? That was one of my intents with the course, right? For both amateur and professional musicians. So the second concept or type of person that I had in mind is like those who are studying audio production or studying audio engineering. Universities like a wholesale university that offer degrees in audio production. Okay, so this Logic Pro course it could be considered somewhat of a, I don't want to call it a crash course because it kind of sells that short, but it is a comprehensive, right, all-in-one package to get you going with Logic. Okay, you just need somewhere to go where all the material is there, as Gabe mentioned, right, in this platform, the Excessive Vision. Each module is followed by a 10-question reinforcement, right? And again, if you're an audio student, you don't need any more grades, right? We just want to reinforce, the concepts with Logic and voiceover. Okay, so definitely for the audio student, okay, that is who the course is also geared towards. And lastly, those who would like to learn how to edit audio, right? If you have recordings of yourself, if you have recordings of, an interview, if you have recordings of a discussion or anything that you want to just, trim up and make sound just well put together, that is definitely a module that is coming in the near future. Okay, so those are the three main types of people that I had in mind when creating the course. Not to say that others may not fall in the category, but I just wanted to clearly explain to you guys what my intents and what the purposes of the Logic Pro course are. Okay, so as I said, the sale is still going on, right? $99.99 will get you the 5 modules and more as time goes by in the near future. And I did a little research this morning. I think Apple is still having their 90-day free trial of Logic Pro. So, I know Logic in itself is somewhat of an investment, right? But at the current time, I think there's still a 90-day trial being offered for Logic. So awesome to take advantage of that and the course, and you'll be set, So on to my music teaching. So I do offer lessons in piano. As I said, I do have experience in classical, anything from, your Bach 2-part inventions to, Chopin ballades for those that are familiar with the classical genre. So my intent, with the music lessons are, a wide variety of people, right? It's not exclusive to professional or trained pianists, right? It's the amateur that wants to learn how to play piano, wants to get started on the instrument, wants to learn how to just have fun on the instrument, certainly, would invite you to study with me or to just, to spend some time with me at the piano, and I'll definitely get you going in having fun at the instrument. To even those that are adult learners that want to just learn how to play a little more about music theory and how to play chords, how to, make a song, things like that. My lessons are geared in that direction as well. So I'm a pretty versatile teacher. I definitely acclimate to the students' needs, right? Their goals and, their level, right? So, and finally, my music theory lessons will provide, a better understanding of how music works. And this kind of coincides with the piano, playing chords and things like that, and making melodies, making chord progressions. However, the music theory is not exclusive to piano players, right? Music theory is in itself, right, a theory. So it can be applied to singers, guitar players. I've taught guitar players. I've taught saxophone players. I haven't had a chance to teach a singer, but I'm certainly open, right, if they want to learn how music works, right, music theory. So again, so my name is Daniel Contreras, course creator here at Commtech. I just want to thank Commtech. I want to thank Gabe. Give a shout out to Gabe for allowing me this opportunity and this platform. And like I said, just take advantage of the sale right now for Logic Pro, and also take advantage of lessons with me. I just invite you to partake, right, and to expand and to grow your musical journey, whether that be in audio production, recording, or in music making in general. Okay, so awesome. That is pretty much what I wanted to present to you guys. And at this time, if there's any questions, I'm certainly open to answer.
Daniel?
Yes.
Hi, yeah, this is Linda from South Carolina.
Hi, Linda.
I'm definitely interested in the piano, and I know others who are interested in playing piano or keyboard, and possibly voice lessons also. Do you also teach seniors, because a lot of them are seniors?
Absolutely, yes. I've taught students as young as 5, and I don't even want to say how old. That's rude, right? But a wide range of students. So yes, they're more than welcome to study alongside with me. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Of course, you're welcome.
Hello, this is Dan.
How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing pretty good. I am an amateur guitarist, and I have been trying to teach myself Logic Pro as well, but I have had a lot of trouble with the guitar effects and whatnot. And I was wondering if your course would ever expand into that area.
That is certainly something that I would look into as far as the guitar effects are concerned. I believe the thing about Logic Pro is that it is mostly accessible. Some things require a bit of a workaround sometimes. So if that's the case, I will certainly look into that. And if you would like to call the office and inquire, but I will certainly look into that. Yeah.
Share button.
Yes, thank you, Dan. Thank you for your question. Yes, ma'am.
I think that was someone's phone.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, but that is something I'll certainly look into and prepare in the future.
And just to kind of interject, I'm sorry.
Of course.
Daniel also, in regards to his 40 an hour, I call them lessons with Daniel because there's no other way to describe them. Also can teach you, Dan, if you purchase the hour of training and you want to work on these good guitar effects, I'm sure it's something he could customize a training plan built at 40 an hour rather than you waiting for or you wishing for a module to be built specifically for this course. You could also pay $40, for an hour of training. And I'm sure if Daniel's comfortable, he can look into and let you know if he can teach you for an hour on how to utilize these particular features in Logic, if that's also something that you're interested as well. So if it's not available in the course now, that don't fret, because you also have the opportunity to work with Daniel by taking his hourly training classes as well.
Thank you, Gabe. Yes, great point.
Yeah, I thought about that as an option as well. Since I've been battling my head on it for a while, I suspect workarounds are needed. And well, that's pretty expensive at $40 an hour, though. So I'm reluctant to go that way unless there's other ways of dealing with trying to figure out the workarounds. But if there's a course that's already gone through those trials and tribulations, that would be more cost effective.
Completely understand where you're coming from. So so that is certainly something that I will look into. I understand that $40 maybe seem like a lot, but we want to make sure that we cover the cost of the exposure and make sure that the company is also taken care of. But yes, absolutely, that is something that I will look into future modules. I already have several ideas for future modules, so that course is going to be jam-packed in the near future.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Are there any other questions? Great questions. Thank you, guys and gals.
Okay, if there's no other questions, we will go ahead and move on to the next presenter. If you want to get a hold of Daniel directly, his name is Daniel Contreras. He's available at daniel.contreras, CONTRERAS, at accessivision.us. That's ACCESSIVISION.us. You could also give him a call at 833-345-8324, extension 715. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you, Gabe.
We're going to move on to our next presenter. Her name is Ulysses Garcia. She's from Portland, Oregon. She teaches a current course that's due to come out this weekend in regards to Braille music. She also has an extensive background in vocal training and music theory, and we're going to get her started here. Ulysses, you should be able to just unmute and get started.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Can y'all hear me okay? My internet is being a little wonky.
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you just fine.
Okay. Yeah, my internet is dropping. So if I drop at any time during the call, I just have to call in by phone. So with that being said, I'm really excited to share with you my Braille music course. So I first heard about Commtech USA earlier this year, probably in June, through a Facebook group. And it's like, oh wait, it's the audiogames.net forum. And so it's like, I would love to do a course on Braille music because I'm 26 and I've been doing music for a little over 20 years. And the way that I arrived to that was pretty interesting. But before I get into that, I just want to describe the course, how it works, and then we'll just talk about my background. So when you look at the course, it has 6 modules, and each module covers a different topic. So module 1 is focusing on general orientation of the staff. So even though you're blind or teaching someone who's blind, it's helpful to know how a sighted musician reads music. So you'll explore like the treble clef, the bass clef, the 5 lines on the staff and what each notes are, and the mnemonic devices that you use to memorize those. And then we get into octave notation, because in Braille music, we don't use treble and bass clef very often. And then go on to the second module, which covers tempo, time signature, rhythm, and beat division, which is a little more complex because you're actually going to implement a lot of that in the next 4 modules. So when you get to the third module, you will have the opportunity to test yourself. Like, you're going to get a little dictation, something like .5, .1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And so in the course, I explained that it'd be helpful you have a brailler or you have an embosser so you can write these down in a way that you can read them, because these courses are actually, this course is actually sort of made in the style of Bill Irwin. And Bill Irwin's course material can be found on the BARD website. That's the Braille and Audio Reading Download. And so his courses are similar to that in that they use dictation. So you'd say like E quarter, bar, F half, something like that. But in my case, I'm using dots because the goal is for you to understand what Braille music is. So you'll have your opportunity to interpret a short melodic piece at the end of the third module. And then the fourth module dives into harmonies and intervals and things like that. So it's a little bit of music theory. And then in the fifth module, we look at key signatures because we don't always want to play in the key of C, right? Or use accidentals. So, we explore the circle of fifths and the circle of fourths. And finally, the sixth module introduces a little more advanced concepts such as triplets, ties and slurs, a little bit of dynamics and articulations. And so that is just what the course is about. That's what you'll find in there. And it is currently, I have it set to $49.99. It'll be a while before it'll be on the website, but I'm really looking forward to sharing my course because like I said, the way I learned about Braille music was actually quite interesting. So when I was about 4 or 5, I was introduced to one of those corded organs. They look like these tiny little organs with a fan that you plug in, and then you have this accordion. And so that was in 2000, maybe a little earlier. And then when I was in first grade, I was 6 years old, my music teacher invited me to come in during recess and show me the piano and how to play the C, D, E, F, G, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol. And, we played Hot Cross Buns, but I don't know if I was particularly interested because I only went about 2 or 3 times and then I kind of forgot about it. When I was 8 years old, I was given my first Yamaha PSR 192 database keyboard, and I started without even realizing it, just copying different notes because I listened to a lot of songs on the radio and cassette, and I'll just hunt around for the notes because I had no idea what the notes were. I just listened to each pitch. And then when I was 10 years old, I was introduced to the concept of music in a more theoretical sense when I was working with alongside, 'cause I have an older sibling who gets music therapy, or used to get music therapy, and when they were done with them, I would ask them questions about how music works, and they explained to me C, and I was like, well, why doesn't it start on A? Why do you start on C? I don't remember the answer to that, but that was pretty interesting. And then my teacher, the visually impaired, sent me like a little, I think it was a little booklet called "Who's Afraid of Braille Music?" And I think it was written by Dancing Dots. But I thought it was going to show me how to read Braille music. Well, it didn't. In fact, I found it more confusing. So going back to actually going forward next year, I wanted to introduce to you one of the exercises that you're going to be looking at. I use state names to describe beat division. So for example, quarter notes is Maine. Eighth notes are Texas. Triplets is Oregon, 3 syllables, and 16th notes is Mississippi. And so our music teacher actually had us do some interesting stuff. So the first one that we did, he would write a score on the whiteboard, and he would ask the students to come up and clap the rhythm. So let's say he printed quarter, eighth, something like quarter, eighth, half, or something like that. So it sounds like, or something like that. And you get the idea. But because I could not see the board, he just had me do it by ear, and I didn't know any other way. I didn't know any other way to get that information other than just doing it by ear. Oh, I think the call just dropped for a bit, but did you all miss anything? Okay. So, as I was saying, the music teacher had us do some exercises. If you got the rhythm correctly, you got to shoot a basket into a basketball. And sometimes we had competition. So going forward a couple of years, I wanted to explain to you one more interesting story. The teacher had us play in 6th grade. Mary Had a Little Lamb on the recorder. And again, he printed out on the board, and we simply had to look at it and play it back. And of course, I couldn't see it, but I could copy them just by listening. And everybody clapped. Everybody applauded after I was done. And like, why is everybody applauding for me when no one else did for anyone else? And they said, oh, because it was amazing how you could just do it without seeing the notes. And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't really get much talk of that. But anyway, moving forward, later I heard about Dancing Dots and Goodfeel. And then I also learned about Braille Music Editor, which is similar to Lily Pond. And so eventually, the way I was introduced to Braille music was through a teacher, the visually impaired, who did not know Braille music. They knew a little bit of Braille, but they did not know Braille music. And
Ulysses?
Yeah.
For the sake of time, let's talk about your course's pricing, okay? So, how much is your course going to cost?
Oh, $49.99.
$49.99. Okay, and I think that's going to actually be published tonight, so that will be available, and that will be on the site tonight for $49.99. And your email is, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, is Ulysses. Can you spell that, please?
Ulysses dot Garcia at acceptedvision.us.
Yeah, correct. So go ahead and spell that for the crowd.
Oh yeah. I don't think I'm an extension yet. But
Right. Okay. So go ahead and spell your name for the crowd.
Okay. ULYSSES dot GARCIA at Acceptivision ACCESSIVISION.US.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it sounds like you have a really great course, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to enjoy it. So we'll go ahead and end here for you, and to thank you very much for your presentation. And we're gonna ask what we're gonna see if anybody has any questions. So if anybody has questions or comments for Ulysses and her Braille music and theory course, go ahead and unmute and state your name, please.
So this is Victor again. Ulysses got a question. If we take that course, will we need to have like access to Braille music books or like a Braille display or things like that?
Yeah, so as I was saying, it would be best like if you had a brailler and Braille paper, because I will say in the course, like, and when you listen to it, I will say write .4 for octave 1, and you would write .4 on the brailler or Braille display.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how that's written. So that's how it works. But you can find others, I think I included a cheat sheet in the course, but there are other sources you can use if you would prefer like a textbook or something. But yeah, but the quiz is pretty much, like it'll say, what is the symbol for a third interval? And then you have to choose, it'll say dots 1 to whatever. And so you just select the one that matches what I said was in the course, in the audio.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Victor. Is there any more questions? Please state your name. If there's any questions, go ahead and unmute and state your name, please. Okay, well, Ulysses, thank you very much. Again, your name is Ulysses Garcia. She is our music theory trainer out of Portland, Oregon. She is reachable at Ulysses, ULYSS. Is it AS or ES?
ES.
ES. Garcia, GARCIA at accessivision.us. Thank you, Ulysses. We're going to go ahead and move on to Jack Ferlenchek out of Chicago. Jack, please unmute, sir. Jack Ferlenchek.
Can you hear me? Wasn't letting me mute it first.
We can, yes, sir.
Perfect. Does anyone need video? No? Okay. I assume not. So, thank you, Gabe. This is Jack Filachek. I am the course creator for a website administration basics course. This course teaches you basically laying the groundwork for starting a website. So if you already have some content, the course does assume that you at least know HTML or know how to learn it or use an accessible site editor. It does not yet teach HTML because there are already like W3 schools and stuff like that has resources for that, but it lays the groundwork for web hosting from a blindness perspective. Choosing a good host that won't annoy you with inaccessible drag and drop editors. Choosing a host that has an accessible panel. Choosing a host that is reasonably priced and actually has the good benefits that a hosting provider should: 24/7 support, database access that is not filled with unreasonable limitations, or et cetera, et cetera. So this course teaches that from a blindness perspective, as opposed to the videos you might see on YouTube. Oh, like build a website in 4 minutes or build a portfolio. And this course is aimed for people who want to make a website for businesses or personal blogs, etc. But it also could be used for if you are a college student or you are just doing this to build up some cred, making a portfolio with something other than like a drag and drop online, because most of those tools just make a glorified website that contains your portfolio sections. Well, what if you want to just do it from scratch? You know HTML, so you don't need to worry about inaccessible tools, and you want to just get the portfolio done, spend more time getting it done than finding tools to work with. That also will come in handy. I know I had done that myself, and it was a lot easier and a lot less stressful to have to worry about, okay, I don't have to pay for Adobe Portfolio or Creative Cloud or what have you. So if you are the DIY type and you want to make a website and you know HTML or can get an accessible site builder, I believe there's one called Sunrise Waterfall out there that is like very accessible with screen readers. So this is for laying the groundwork, building a website, getting it out there. So I myself have been doing web design for unprofessionally 6 years, I would say, because I started on a community site for preserving old accessible game classics, agarchive.net. Then I started doing web design locally due to a connection from my school district, and I've been doing that for about a year, a little over a year now. So I have web design experience both with straight HTML and WordPress. Beyond that, my assistive technology use goes way back to preschool days. Yes, I do go back to... That's my history for you. So I've had experience with all the various platforms: Windows, Mac, Linux, both like from a sysadmin perspective, like the Debian command line, and inaccessible and accessible graphical user interfaces, graphical user desktop environments like GNOME and Mate, stuff that comes with the distributions of Linux you can find online. And I also have experience with iOS, Android, all the common mobile platforms today, Chrome operating system, which is now officially making its way onto old computers via flash drive. So any environment that is commonplace today, chances are I have knowledge of that platform. And as has been said before, the website course is, like our other courses, very interactive, very modular. We have 3 basic modules: what to choose in a hosting provider, what to avoid, what to look for, then, actually signing up with a process with a hosting provider and domain registrar that is between fairly accessible and totally accessible, and then transferring files. So the basically laying the groundwork. I do plan to expand it if there is popular demand for like installing a CMS or a closer look at the panel environment, the control panel interface that most hosting providers come with. Stuff like that is planned if there are requests for it. However, as been said before, if you want training beyond what the course can provide, you can get one of our monthly packages, yearly packages. The website course right now is $59.99, I believe, and it has been on that for a while, but this is a holiday sale, so go get them while they're hot. And beyond website creation, in a course perspective, I have been spearheading a very exciting community project. A few months ago, Gabe brought up the idea. They said, we need an Android site. We need a Android equivalent to Applevis, because Android is neck and neck with iPhone. But part of the reason people don't know that, or they misjudge Android so much, or they give it such a bad rap, is because there has not been a good Android community. And if there has, it's been about as fragmented as Android itself. So I had the idea for this community site in my mind for a long time, but I knew that it needed a team with resources so that it could run well, because the good Android site, if an Android site was good, it eventually still fizzled out just because of burnout or running out of funds to pay for the site or fizzling community, what have you. But this is not going to be one of those sites, because we are under Commtech and we have an established site and a community that is growing. The site's only a few weeks old, I think, but we have a pretty good community so far. I believe 12 users and counting so far, and we have a very good collection of initial app reviews. So app and hardware and phone reviews. We do plan on being the Applevis for Android. And with that being said, it's time for an exclusive look. There is a very special surprise branding project for it that I was working on yesterday, and this is what you'll remember it by, whether you hear it on a podcast about Android or whether this appears on some branding. This is, and no one has heard this yet, this is the Accessadroid logo. Accessadroid. And there you go. That is the Accessadroid logo made by yours truly, and that is what will make it clear that you're not really going to forget about Accessadroid for a long time. These other sites have had a good start, but the whole first impression has not been as loud and confident and proud as this. So this is what we do to make it clear we're passionate Android users. I've had experience with Android for nearly a decade now, and Gabe has very similar experience as well. And we are not only passionate about Android, but passionate about the technology that we do all around the board. And so we took that passion and made a community site that I am extremely proud of, because for the first time ever, Android has a spotlight that has been missing for so long, that Apple and iOS have pretty much stolen, not stolen, but have had the lion's share of for so long. And now it's time for Android to get a turn and hopefully keep a turn. So with that being said, as you just heard, and as Gabe has said a while ago, I also have some audio production expertise, mainly on the Windows side. So whereas Daniel Contreras is your Logic person and music theory, did a great job with that, I am primarily a Windows audio production person with Gull Wave, both on Windows and mobile, and Reaper, and the Native Instruments complete control, the accessible hardware interface that is fairly new. So I not only do provide, but can help and assist in any audio production program on Windows, such as Gull Wave, Reaper, a plugin within reason if it's accessible, hardware configuration if it's accessible or if it has good controls, etc. So that is what I can assist with. And I mean, I have a Mac, but my expertise in the audio field is primarily with Windows. So that, I think, about covers it. If there's any questions, keep them to yourself. Just kidding. No. If there's any questions, you can ask them, and I will be happy to answer them. Gabe?
Go ahead and unmute and state your name. If you have any questions for Jack, unmute and state your name, please.
So, Jack, this is Dan again.
Hello, Dan. What's up?
Well, I got this Samsung S9e that I tried to figure out. But
are you just trying to figure out the basics, or are you trying to do something more advanced?
Well, I am a computer professional by nature.
Okay.
I'm a software developer, actually.
Awesome.
But I'm self-taught on all this stuff, and so I got an Android trying to check out its accessibility. I had a Nexus 6, which was okay, but I eventually thought the Apple was better. And I've been in that land for a while, but I want to give it a try again. But Samsung has done something very funny with that phone.
Oh, they have.
So I was wondering, one, do you have experience with it? And how can we get it into the land for the sane, so I can actually start learning to use an Android?
Okay. First of all, yes, I do unfortunately have experience with Samsung. I'm primarily a Google user now, Pixel.
Okay.
But I am well aware of Samsung's shortcomings. I know they're getting better, but not quite great. Especially on the S9, maybe on the S20, but on the S9 is one of their older, obviously, handsets. Second, our Android course, which is coming out very soon, will cover most of the core apps, and I do mean pretty much the Google apps, Google the calendar, the Gmail, stuff like that. So if your phone doesn't have those, I mean, I'm not sure why they wouldn't, because they're supposed to, but for some reason, if Samsung has overridden them, if you can get a hold of them, we can help you with our course, teach you the basics of Android accessibility from the ground up, using the core apps of Google, using the phone app, etc.
Jack, just to be clear, Samsung has their own versions of clock calendar, contacts, phones, so on and so forth. But you could install Google's versions right next to them.
Exactly.
And choose to set them as your default and so on and so forth. I don't want to get too technical here in this presentation. So what I would tell you, Dan, is our course is going to be published probably within the next 4 or 5 days or so for Android. That's on sale right now. Like I said, for pre-order, $49. It's normally going to be $99. So if you have the ability to go take advantage of that now, I would ask that you do so. Otherwise, it's going to shoot up to $99, probably directly on the day it's released. So with that being said, if you want some Android training one-on-one, you could absolutely subscribe to a plan as well, $39 for the month until December 24th, and then $399 for the year, again, until December 24th. Once the 24th comes, our year is going back up to $699 and $999, and our months are going back up to $59.99 and $99.99
respectively.
So I'll tell you what, absolutely go take advantage of all these prices, or simply go to www.accessadroid.com. It's our new free community-driven website where we have forums. We have an email list. We have a bunch of subscribers that are ready and waiting to answer your questions for free. It's the way we here at Commtech give back to the community. Again, Accessadroid, AccessiDroid.com. It's a free resource where we have forums. We have an email list. We're ready to answer any sort of questions that you may have. This is monitored frequently, constantly by Commtech staff. Obviously, we're not going to get on and train you over the website, but we will provide what assistance and what quick answers that we can within reason for that free community site. If you also go to the Google Play Store, Dan, you could go download our app. It's called Commtech. If you go to our website, commtechusa.net/app, you could download our Commtech app and also reach Accessadroid through that as well.
Yes, that's correct.
So is there any other comments or questions for Jack? If so, please unmute and state your name.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. Amber Craft, are you ready?
Oh wait, did we do my contact information, Gabe?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we did not. We did not.
Sorry
Jack,
about that.
Go ahead and give out your phone, your name, and your extension, your email, please.
Okay. My name is Jack Falachek. My extension is at 833-345-TECH, 833-345-8324, extension 710. That's extension 710. That is my extension. And my email will be Jack, Jack, Falachek, F as in Frank, ALEJ, C as in Commtech. See what I did there? Z as in Zulu, YK at Accessivision, ACCESSI Vision, VISION.US. And that should be all for my contact information. Thank you very much. And thank you, Gabe. Thank you for the platform and for the third arm of outreach, as it were, for Accessadroid.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you. Amber Craft, unmute, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can. You got the floor, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Amber Craft, and as Gabe had previously said, we also have some courses on canning and other things that aren't so technology related. I personally have a course on canning. I have a knitting 101 course, which gets you started with knitting and also provides you with a free starter kit. I actually began knitting after I lost all of my sight when I was 14. I taught myself how to knit by listening to YouTube videos, which was quite challenging, but I ended up figuring it out. And I did it that way because I didn't have anyone else around me who knew how to knit that would be able to teach me. And at the time, I had asked my mom to sit down and go through these videos with me and try to figure it out. And with her watching the videos, she was not able to figure it out. And just listening to them, I got the hang of it. And like I said, I have been doing that for quite a few years now. And the Knitting 101 course is just to get you started with the plan of future courses going into more detail of more complex knitting projects that you can complete. In the beginner course, there is a pattern in there to also get you started to do your first project. Along with that, I also have a parent art project course as well. As a parent myself, I understand the struggle of not being able to do some different art projects with my child due to the inability for me to cut out different shapes. For example, if you want to work on a project where you are going to be making an apple, I understand the struggle of not being able to cut out the shape of the apple with the red paper. And this course would provide you with the items that you need to complete various different art projects with your child. So you would, when you purchase this course, receive a kit along with it that would have some of these items already cut out and ready for you. And along with the kit, you will have audio that will describe to you what each item is for each project and how to assemble these projects with your child. I also have a voice dream course that goes over all of the voice dream apps, including voice dream reader, voice dream writer, and voice dream scanner. I have 10 years of experience 10 years of experience with iOS devices, and I have about 6 years of experience with Mac. So that is a little bit about me.
That is awesome, Amber. Awesome. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Mrs. Amber Kraft, our assistive technology trainer and course creator? All right. All right. Sounds good. So with that being said, we have a very, very awesome thing that we have saved for the last presenter. I would honestly like to welcome you guys, and I'm very, very excited to introduce you to Alyssa Henson. Alyssa Henson is our assistive technology trainer. She's a course creator. She is the captain of our podcast department. She is all around a great on-call, hardworking person for Commtech. Anything that I throw at her, she picks up. Anything that I definitely ask her within her abilities to do, she's there, whether it's 7 in the morning or 8 o'clock at night. Amber probably works just as hard as I do for Commtech, and Alyssa and Amber. We're all on the same team here. We really are, and the two women on my assistive technology training team, you can't find better trainers than these two. Amber Kraft has definitely come out with some great courses and is a unsurpassed trainer. And Alyssa Henson, she definitely brings it and delivers when it comes to Commtech USA. So I am very, very proud to introduce, and I ask Alyssa Henson to please unmute, and you have the floor.
Thank you for such a glowing introduction. Wow, you're gonna make me cry. Anyway, so I'm a trainer and course creator here with Commtech, and I've created 2 courses, one on the Apple Watch, getting started, and one on using Braille displays with iOS. With the Apple Watch course, I created it to basically allow you to get your watch out of the box and get started with it right away. We start with the orientation of the watch and then get into the gestures you'll need to know, and then actually turn the watch on, turn voiceover on, and get it up and running. And then with the Braille displays course, kind of the same thing. I go over some reasons people might want to use a Braille display with their iOS device, and then some useful commands, getting the Braille display paired up, and then some practical use cases. And so I've been using assistive technology about as long as Jack, since kindergarten days. And I started out with a Braille and Speak as well, and then a Braille Lite, and moved up in the world and now have a Braille Note Touch Plus. That's my baby. And a couple of Braille displays. And I use a little Focus 14 with my iPhone a lot, and that's kind of what inspired me to do the course, because there isn't a course like it. Yes, there's little cheat sheets with the commands, but no one really tells you how to go into the calendar and set up an appointment using your Braille display, or how you can navigate a website using your Braille display, how to customize the commands so that they can be set up to meet your needs. Nobody really tells you how to do that. So that's something that I felt was important. And with the watch, yes, there's lots of podcasts on it, but nobody really takes you, at least with the newer watches, right from the beginning all the way through, and gives you some of the features. And I've been using Apple Watches since the initial release of them. I got my first one in 2015. I got my first iOS device in 2011. So I've been at these things for quite a while. And I've been training folks here since July, and I've had a lot of fun with that. I've trained a variety of devices. I've worked with folks on iOS, Android, Windows. Haven't had any Mac clients yet, but I'm really looking forward to that, because Mac is my primary computer. So come on, Mac clients. But that's a little about me and what I do here. So if anybody has any questions, feel free.
So if you have any questions, again, just go ahead and unmute, state your name, and ask your question. All right, so looks like there are no questions. So I will go ahead and just open the floor up to any
Well, I gotta
general.
give my contact info.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm really apologetic. Go ahead and give that out, please.
So you can reach me by phone, 833-345-8324. My extension is 700. Yep, 700. Nice and easy to remember. And my email is a little different than the rest. It's Alyssa, ALYSSA .Henson, HENSON @CommtechUSA.net. And that's Commtech
again,
spelled with 2 M's.
It's Commtech with 2 M's. And this is Alyssa Henson, assist technology trainer, course creator, and captain of podcast.
Oh yes, I didn't mention anything about the podcast.
Those
are a good time.
That's fine. I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and open the floor up to general Q&A. We have the majority of our staff here. If there's any follow-up questions that anybody want to ask, if there's any general questions you want to ask about Commtech in general, again, my name is Gabe Vega, the CEO of Commtech USA. If there's any general Q&As, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, Gabe. This is Dan Miner again.
Yes, Dan.
So I mentioned I was a software developer by nature, and you guys haven't really talked about how could people with an expertise in a technology or something that you're not really touting or need help with, how someone in the community could join your company. or become a content creator?
As a matter of fact, that's a great question.
Great
Dan.
question.
And I'm going to tell you how that works.
Good one.
We actually have at comtechusa.net/jobs, we have two positions that are constantly open. We have a contract commission-based sales, and we have a contract course creator position, always available. And if you feel that you have a course or a subject or content that you would like to convey and teach, feel free to apply. And if you can produce a course, we will market it and sell it for you and make you part of the team. So if you have some programming skills, whether it's Python or Visual Studio or JavaScript or Swift UI, whatever the case may be, C code, and you want to teach the blind software development for their employment or for their academics, absolutely, we are looking for courses like that.
Yeah, because I see questions all the time
about anything.
I see questions about what's an accessible editor, how can I learn Python, how can I learn
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd love to have that.
So it's a, just like everyone else has a passion here, mine is programming and accessibility. And the programmer, as a blind person, gets very little attention. And I think I would like to fill that gap.
Wonderful. So go to CommtechUSA.net/jobs, and the process to apply for a position is there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dan. If you have a question, please unmute.
Yes, hi, Gabe. This is Victor again. Want to ask, do you, in the future, do you plan to have any course like on programming along the lines with what Dan was talking about? Like if somebody would like to.
That was one of the subjects that we just discussed. And as soon as we have a developer to fulfill that role, yes, we plan on having courses in regards to programming for sale.
Okay, great.
If you have a question, please unmute and please ask your question.
Hi, Gabe.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? This is Linda. I was just wondering, I know I didn't take down all of the contact information. Would it be possible for you to forward the list of the participants and their contact information to the ones of us that's at least still on here?
Yes, absolutely. I will definitely send that out. The same way that you received the Zoom information will be the same way you will receive the information.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any more questions in general?
Yes, so my name is Louis. I guess I wanted to find out, will you guys or have you guys offered any full-time positions there for people who want to be gainfully employed?
We're located in California, and right now, honestly, due to the pandemic, everybody at Commtech is working remotely. We have an office in downtown Bakersfield, California, and we have a satellite office in Phoenix, Arizona, and our staff has not been in our offices since March. So at this point, although it would be desired to have full-time staff, the current pandemic does not allow for that, just due to what everybody's going through right now.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
This is Victor again, Gabe. For the Android instructor there,
okay.
If one would like to learn Android, is it recommended to get like the stock Android devices like the Google Pixels and stuff like that, or can one have other options like Motorola or?
There are options. Okay. Moto might possibly still be as close, pretty close to stock Android. Anything close to stock Android is preferred if you really want a smooth Android experience. That being said, Samsung is getting better, like in the newer/newest devices, but you still, stock Android is faster, more accessible, and as both both of us are using Google Pixels. I have been using the Nexus line full time, so until the Pixel. So I would absolutely recommend stock Android, or anything that says Android 1 is a new stock Android guarantee. Android 1. So if a device says Android 1 certified, that is stock, because that does not have external skins. So I hope that helps you.
And Commtech USA sells
We just
some
Android 1
devices, and the Nokia.
We sell Android 1 devices. So
yes.
Are they listed on the website too, like different models, or do you have to?
They are
call
not
in?
listed on our website. You have to call into the office.
Oh, they used to be.
They used to be, but you have to call in. But they are. We rest assured, all the devices that we sell for Android are Android 1 ready, either straight from Google or they honor the Android 1 guarantee.
I see. So we can call the toll-free number anytime.
That's correct. Anytime.
Okay,
we're happy to help you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Is there any more questions? Please unmute. State your name. Well, I'm going to go over our sale prices just one more time, just to give everybody a fresh perspective in regards to it. We currently have our holiday sale, especially for courses and for training and support. These course prices right now, we have like a Dropbox for $29, social media for $39, Windows for $49. Amber's courses, I believe, are all at like $25 or $39. They are really low right now. Alyssa's are $25 each. So these are really low prices, guys, and they're really great gifts. You could absolutely gift these courses if you know somebody that could benefit from it. Maybe your friend, your family member just got a brand new Apple Watch. Maybe your friend or family just got a brand new iPhone, and they would like to learn how to use Era. Or any other course. Maybe they want to learn the basics of iOS. We have an iOS basics course. If you just got an iPhone, you're having trouble learning how to use it, Taylor Durrett from our Texas location has a great iOS course that is ready to get you started with iOS. Also, a great course on Era, which is a vision assistance system, and it teaches you how to use that as well. Alyssa Henson has an Apple Watch and a Braille display course on the iPhone. Amber Craft has more courses than probably any other university I've been to. Amber Craft is great with courses. She has canning, she has parenting, artwork, she has voice dream, reader, scanner, and writer. She has
KNFB reader.
Right, KNFB reader. And Daniel has his pro audio course with Logic and his music training hourly lessons available. Ulysses Garcia has her Braille music course. Dr. Skylar Kovic has his Word and Excel course. It's only $69.99. That is normally $99.99. He also has a JAWS Basics course, which outpasses any JAWS training I've ever seen. And this is from a blind college professor, guys. Only it's not even $39. It's $29.99 right now. JAWS Basics for $29.99. You cannot beat that anywhere. If you want to learn Windows 10, $49. You want to learn social media, $39. You want to learn Dropbox, $29. You want to learn Google Meet? Are you employed? Does your employer use Google Meet? I believe our Google Meet course right now is only $9.99. These prices are crazy low, and they're only available till December 24th. Once December 24th comes, all of these courses, all of our training packages, all of our support packages are going back up to their original prices, no exceptions. So right now, go get a training and support plan. Even if you don't think you're going to use it right now, go get it. It's $39. You could get 1, you could get 3, you could get 9, you could get 18 months, $39. $39. Get as many as you need. If you want a full year, unlimited training. You're going to have a trainer on schedule, on call, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A trainer It's unheard of. $399. $399. That's $400. You could pay $400 to Apple and get 2 hours of their training right now for $399. We're going to give you an entire year of blindness specific assistive technology training for any device that you have, whether it's Android, whether it's a Braille note taker, whether it's Windows, JAWS, NVDA, whether it's computer coding development, whether it's learning to use Windows, whether it's learning to use Mail, Thunderbird, Outlook, JAWS, Mac, VoiceOver, iPad, iPhone, whatever the case may be. We have the staff that has you covered, and you can get a whole entire year for $399 for a year or $39 a month. Buy as many years as you can, buy as many years as you need. You know somebody who could use it. You want to gift the subscription to anybody, we could do that as well. We have staff right now at this moment waiting on the phone to help take your payment, to help get you started. Give us a call at 1-833-345-8324. That is 1-833-345-8324. Press 1, get one of our staff members on the phone. You'll talk to Jack, you'll talk to Alyssa, you'll talk to Donald, you'll talk to Taylor, you'll talk to Ulysses, Daniel, Taylor, anybody that's here on staff. We are waiting for your call. If you want to do it yourself, go to our website. It's very simple. You want to buy a support package, go to commtechusa.net/store. That's commtechusa.net/store. You want to buy a course, you could do that too. That's commtechusa.net/courses. That's commtechusa.net/courses. We have 21 courses for sale, guys, and they are only good for the next 6 days, and then the prices are going back to normal. You want to do something simpler, want to do something cooler, go download our app. They're there. It's there for your iPhone, for your Android, for your tablet, for your Braille note, for your Mac computer. Go to commtechusa.net/app. That's Commtech, COMMTECHUSA.net/app. Go get the app, go download it, go enjoy it, buy the services you want through the app, whether it's a course, whether it's a support plan, whatever the case may be. You need anything, open our app, hit the support button, and get a hold of us in the method that you feel is appropriate for you, whether it's phone, whether it's text, whether it's email, whatever the case may be. We are there for you 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, including holidays. You get a Christmas present on the 25th and you need to learn how to use it. Your parents, your family, your friends bought you a new iPhone, a new Apple Watch, a new Android phone, a new tablet. Maybe they got you a Braille Note Touch. Who knows? But the point is that if you got something for Christmas and you can't call Freedom Scientific, they're closed. You can't call Humanware, they're closed. You can't call HIMS because they're also closed. But do you know who you could call? You could call Commtech at 1-833-345-8324. Give us a call today. Sign up for whatever plan, whatever product, whatever course you need today, or go check out our website one more time at Commtech, COMMTECH. USA.net. My name is Gabe Vega. This is my staff, my team. We would not be here without our cohesive team, and that is just being truthful. I am the CEO of this company, Commtech LLC. I appreciate your time and the
Gabe,
hours. Go ahead.
This is Victor. I have a quick question again. So with all the courses that you mentioned, let's say if we buy them and then are these courses scheduled at a specific time in the future, a certain date, certain time, or is it more like a one-on-one thing that we schedule with the instructor, or is it, like a group?
In regards to the training or in regards to the courses? Because
the
those
courses.
are two different things.
Courses.
The courses are self-paced online college-style courses. It's like online learning. Like if you were to take like an online college class at school, so you log in, you consume the content, whether it's audio, video, or text. you answer questions, and then you move on to the next modules. So some courses might have 3 modules, some courses might have 6 modules, but it's online, self-paced learning that you perform.
I see.
But once you own it, you keep it. Once you own it, it's yours.
And you get free lifetime support if you have questions.
And you do, and that's very important to clarify. So if there's anything in the course content that you need support within that course content. So if, for example, Alyssa taught you how to use the watch with her course, and maybe she said step 1, step 2, step 3, but step 2 doesn't work, you could give Alyssa a call for free, and as long as it's covered within that course, she will support you for free and make sure that you're able to perform the tasks taught within the course for no extra charge.
So let's say if I took a course, say like, Windows 10 with one of the instructors, well, on a particular time at night or something like that, if I call in, would I get a different instructor, or could I get a different instructor that would help me with that? Or could I get the same instructor?
Although we have several Windows instructors, if you say I want to be assigned to a certain caseload like Alyssa or Gabe Vega or whatever the case may be, you will be assigned to a specific caseload. So if you say, okay, I want Alyssa Henson to teach me Windows and I only want to deal with Alyssa Henson, yes, you can be with one instructor if that's what you wish.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
And again, just to clarify so that we're clear here, Victor, taking a course at a flat rate is different from receiving training for a month or for a year. Those are 2 separate product lines.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So although we have a Windows course for $50, that's something that you consume and that's something that you learn, that's something you keep. But if you buy a year of training, for example, for $399, that's where you'll get one-on-one training with a particular Windows instructor.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other questions? If so, please unmute, state your name. All right, then, guys. Well, we're going to go to archive this here on YouTube and on our podcast. We're going to present all these and release these, and you guys will receive follow-up. You guys will receive links and free copies of all the content here. We appreciate your time. Again, give us a call, 833-345-8324. That's 833-345-8324. Or visit our website at commtechusa.net. That's COMMTECH. USA.net. From the Commtech team based out of California, I appreciate you guys' time, and we will talk to you guys later.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Alt F4, end meeting or leave meeting. Leave meeting.